Good afternoon or good evening, guys. It is Wednesday, July 1st. Happy Canada Day for anyone who is a Canadian, like I am. It's a little bit after 7 p.m. right now, so I guess it's probably closer to evening at this point for us here. But I haven't recorded in quite a bit of time. I think it's been almost a month at this point. Yeah, just life got in the way, and again, my mental state wasn't in the best condition, so I didn't want to record something just for the purpose of recording something when I'm not feeling my best. Still not at my best, but I just wanted to get some kind of video out there because I had something to talk about and something I am passionate about, which I have talked about previously. I think maybe in one of my videos, maybe 2 months back or 2.5 months back. But it's related to physical media and licensing and ownership. Um, as of right now, I think Sony, the big gaming company or corporation who's in charge of a lot of things, they have decided to eliminate physical CDs, or at least plan to eliminate physical CDs by 2028 or by the next year. Which again, personally, because I'm not a console gamer anymore, I've been on the PC game kind of, I guess you could say, community for the last almost 6 years or 7 years at this point. But hey, I grew up in a time in the early 2000s, 2010s, where I had the OG, like the fat Xbox that had a CD. That was my first like proper console. Then I went to PlayStation 3. I didn't get a chance to join the PS2 era because at that time I was an Xbox guy when I started. And then I went from PS3 to PS4. And then by the time the PS4 hit, and I played the crap out of that console quite a lot as well, the older that I got, I was able to afford like a proper gaming computer. I had a crappier one in the middle, kind of like middle to lower tier 1080p gaming PC. It was a pre-built. And then the gaming PC I have now is a much more like middle tier gaming PC. So I kind of have been in the digital like gaming world or like game ownership at this point, which you can't even call it ownership. As I said, this is kind of, it's kind of my rant. Like, it's what really like it's such an old, I guess it's kind of an old saying. Like what grinds my gears is the fact that like we really are becoming a world where you will own nothing and these companies will say that you will thank us for it. And no, we should not be thanking them for this. This is not the way that we want, content and media to be archived. When it comes to any kind of digital music, movies, TV shows, games in this particular case, like having the option for physical CD along with the digital version should be like a basic like right, I would say, because as many of you guys probably experience in your own day-to-day activities, like things that go on sale on the digital store, like in the gaming, like the Sony's PlayStation store online, or the Xbox store, or like slash Microsoft store for PC, or even Steam in this particular case. Like everything that you purchase online, whether it's music or games, um, you're buying it with real money, but realistically, in all the like legal lingo and jargon, we really don't own any of it. We spend the money on it, of course, but realistically, a lot of people have started noticing, and maybe some of them are still like not like paying attention to it. But games, movies, music, if it's only in digital form and it gets removed, the license gets revoked, nobody has a way to access it again. That is the blessing and the curse of the internet, which is like, yes, you can have everything on the internet and the internet never forgets. But as the years go by, all these like power hungry, like money hungry, greedy mother truckers, like they're really like putting the regular consumer, the regular person, the average person into a pit where they're giving this kind of trickle feed of content, subscription fees for every single thing. And I get it. I know that like games and like movies and TV shows, they're not like a, how do I say, like it's like, needs versus wants. Like we need food, we need shelter, like we need like, utilities, we need water, all these things to run our life. But having like basic things like entertainment or music or like TV shows. It's a basic like human right? Like not everything has to be just the bare necessities. Being creative and enjoying creative content is what makes us human. Like we are human because we have the ability to use our brains and think and come up with ideas. And right now what's happening is with AI taking over, which is really like one of those things where I want to make sure it's a tool that we can use, but not a tool that then makes us a tool and gets rid of us in the middle of that. And that's again, it's for some people that might seem like a leap in like ideology or like connecting the dots, but that's the thing, right? I feel like some people may call it a conspiracy theory, but all these companies in all these categories, they're talking to each other, and their number one focus is we're going to milk the customer for every single dollar, penny, dime that we can while delivering the bare minimum, if not like pretend it's like valuable to the bundle or the package. And then at a flip of a switch, you don't have access to it anymore. And to my knowledge, I know that these Sony guys in particular, they are planning to remove a lot of media and content from the PS3 store or the PS3 version of the media content. And I never like joined the PS5 era because that was right when COVID started, and I decided not to like get a console. I just wanted to keep a proper gaming computer, and I pay for my internet, I pay my bills on time. That's I have basic things to cover, but this is now getting ridiculous, and I really do hope that please, for the love of all that's like good and like clear and conscious like in this world, like we have to stop letting these companies just walk all over us. And the way that we do that, speak with your wallet. Stop giving these, any company, I'm just giving the gaming one as an example right now because that's the most recent one. But all these streaming companies like Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, well, YouTube is a different world, but still anything that's like streaming in general, they keep on like increasing. They keep on turning that knob of let's keep hiking the price up like every 3 months, every 7 months, every 12, every year for like a couple dollars or like $5, $10 a month, not year, a month. And the access to the content may seem like we're getting a huge library of access, but realistically, we will lose that access at a flip of a switch anytime. And we need to put a stop to this. I hope that people are not just giving these guys their hard-earned money and then, all that content all the movies, all the TV shows that you bought, just because some like loser of a corporate shareholder decided, okay, I need to make more money out of the customers, I'm not going to give them access anymore, or like the licensing is going to be revoked. It's gone, right? And I hope, and I know there are people out there who are a lot smarter than me that have decided to archive parts of the internet in a safer place that is protected by like not international law, but enough to protect it from deletion and copyright infringement. But I really do hope that people are not, I guess you could say, falling for this BS. And again, as you can see, I'm just very passionate about it because I literally spoke about this a couple months back, and it's now becoming a reality in one of my like loved communities. And it's the fact that like I'm thinking of the next generation, and I'm 32 right now. From the time that I was like 8 years old to my like teens to my 20s, gaming is such a big part of my life because it what let me kind of de-stress. It let me meet new people online. I gamed with people around the world, from my hometown, like from my origin country in India. I have friends who are in Europe, Germany. I've had friends in like China, Japan, probably more Japan than China because China has stricter gaming rules. But I have friends internationally from the time that I was on my PlayStation 3 when I had online access all the way to like my PS4 days and now on my PC gaming days. And I feel bad for these like next generation of kids or the current generation of kids because they're super addicted to social media. I'm guilty of that as well, but they will never get to experience the feeling of going to a game shop, like any kind of game shop, GameStop, whatever they have in like the American side. I think we have EB Games if they're still around at this point. But even basic things like going to a Walmart or like a Best Buy, they used to have a gaming section with like a physical like display. You can kind of go play the game on like they would have like a demo console that you can play on. That's what I grew up on, and now we don't even have that anymore. So that's what I want to like get on. I'm just really disappointed in the way that the world is like just accepting this without a single like, I guess you say like there's somebody in charge who has to have grown up with the things that I have grown up with, and I'm sure a huge part of the gaming community has grown up with. And I really do hope that we don't let this be the end of it. And if there's one thing that I want you guys to like, I guess my point across for what I'm trying to say here is speak with your wallet. Do not keep on paying these back-to-back subscription fees. Focus on your wants and your needs. And while gaming and like entertainment is a want, it's not a need. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that we own what we buy, digitally or physically, and we must have the option to buy a physical copy of content versus the digital copy. Because at the end of the day, they're charging us a heck of a lot of money, no matter what kind of platform or type of like form it takes in shape of when we access it online or offline. So that is my main point that I'm trying to get across here. So thanks for listening to my rant. I know I haven't recorded in, like I said, almost a month at this point, if not longer than that. But this is something that I really was passionate about, and I can't believe that it's now becoming worse and worse. I'm not surprised, as I'm disappointed. But I hope that there's enough vocal online kind of protest or like kind of general like friction on this, so that these companies can't get away with it. And I'm seeing a part of it, but I think if we can get this attention to the right people and put our foot down, speak with our wallets, we'll get some of that power back. And that's what I want to leave you guys with. But I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. I wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.